Nesrin just wants to hide all the time. She's Yazidi and fled from her home in Syria. She came to Germany because she wanted her young son to grow up in a safe environment. But even though she's been here for a year, she still lives every day in fear. So we agreed to interview her in a protected room.
I was staying in Zost. There were radical Muslim men and women there who called me an infidel. They threatened to beat me up. I was completely alone with all of them.
Nesrin is currently in the city of Munster. She originally comes from Afrin in Aleppo province. She came to Germany without her husband and 3 of her children. Since arriving, she has lived in 7 different refugee shelters. A nightmare.
It hurts so much.
Nesrin feels lost in Germany. An initiative called the Arsha Noah, or Noah's Ark, is seeking to help her. The group takes care of Christian and Yazidi refugees who have often been through traumatic experiences. It was in a refugee camp like this one on the Turkish-Syrian border that Nesrin had to leave her 3 other children. She never thought a life in Germany would be so hard.
We often get calls from Christians, Yazidis, Assyrians and other minorities who don't feel safe here. Things have happened to them that shouldn't just be swept under the carpet.
Women in particular, who belong to religious minorities, often suffer discrimination and abuse in refugee shelters. Many are afraid to go to the bathroom on their own. And increasingly, there are reports of attacks, according to Jan Ilhan Kizilan. He's a trauma therapist and has treated over 1,000 women who have suffered severe sexual abuse from IS fighters.
In refugee shelters where you have people from different cultures living together, especially young men living in close quarters with women, there's a high probability of young guys getting stupid ideas and attacking women. There are even attempts to rape women.
Women like Nesrin feel especially traumatised by their experiences in German refugee shelters. Many of them went through terrible things while still in Syria.
They took a pregnant Kurdish woman and cut the baby out of her belly. They said they would go to paradise because she's an infidel. I can't talk anymore.
Nesrin finds it hard to live in Germany as a Yazidi in the same house as Muslim men. Things escalated when her husband came to visit. He arrived in Germany 2 months ago, but was assigned to a different shelter.
When my husband came, my Muslim neighbor went crazy. He started hitting the wall because he didn't want my husband to see his wife without a veil.
Nesrin has complained repeatedly to her social worker, but the authorities see no reason to intervene.
As a rule, we see no problem with different cultural groups from different countries and religions living together, and everyday life backs that up.
Nesrin disagrees. A few weeks ago, she tried to take her own life in a large refugee home with security personnel present. Her dream of a life in safety, reunited with her husband and children, still feels like a world away.